Back to DDLC, Doki Doki Literature Club. This is going to be my part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, I suggest stopping and watching part 1. Oh dear, what happened? Okay. Okay, I forgot that part. So does it do this every time you load in? I forgot to save before I got off. Read her poem. Sorry, I'm trying to go back to where I was. Earlier, did I say maybe after everyone is better friends with each other? Yeah, this is where I was. That kind of style has pretty gotten popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on tying between the worlds and the lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What is the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put that. I guess you just say you had some kind of infinity recently. What's an influence my poems to get an infinity? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe everyone is better friends with each other anyway. Here's Monica's ready tip of the day. I just forgot to read that. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Sorry, Epic's on the TV. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. just to stay quiet and listen. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though. So it's that bad. Now, did I just raise my voice? Sorry. I'm so sorry. Mary's her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It's gonna take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice what you were saying. Right, it shows that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. Storm, yay. Not my favorite song, but it's there. Home. Okay, I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter. They form to fit the two together. Natalie. Isn't one of this your second favorite character? The girl. The air girl. Okay. The end result is just that both styles and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just writing them, but building them. But getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by an example of trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure whether Yuri is apologizing herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be a literature club. Ghost into the light. The trindles of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glows. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time was yet to be replaced by the sickening breathing view of the future. A base, come breathing air of the present, the living in the past, the life within. I flicker Okay. I don't know why I did it in a sing-song voice. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that. I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time reading it. How do you know? Well, I don't read scriptive very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. Usually I write longer poems, not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. Be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more. The way she literally just pushed them away. Poor gal, just... Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Gary? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Brooke. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem not only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place, a comfortable, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, I'm finally picking up the pace. Sayori or Natsuki? Natsuki. Well, it's time. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can sing. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, it's Poseidon. Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all about sophisticated and stuff. People don't even take my writing seriously. But the point of poems is for people to express themselves. Your writing style shouldn't be made up. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. Like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you doing great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. I like a setup for rhyme at the end, but then I made it to fall flat on purpose. Oh shoot. It helps bring that feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess we went more into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with her last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuke is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. This is so good, Brooke. I love it. I had no idea you're such a good writer, Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez, Yuri's opinion is way more constructive than this. Are you sure that you don't like it? Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people do, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Brooke poem. And that makes me feel extra special. Makes it feel extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm just happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of this club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Well, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like you said before, Brooke. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Okay, let me grab my bottle of water wherever it is. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, I'll see about that. Okay. Something. Maybe. Natalie. Spoon. It's her again. Dear sunshine, the way that you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. You're asking me to come out and play. You're trusting me to wish away a rainy day. I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. But I'm not mad. Me thinking it's going to continue going cutely, I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't... Yeah, I've got all the power. I'm not a player, I'm a puppeteer. Oh, I don't play, I puppeteer, yeah. I love Puppeteer. Sorry, it's one of my favorite epic songs. I didn't mean to say it like that. It was a bad poem. I wanna play, I puppeteer, yeah. Okay, it's a different song. Okay, finally, we're off the Puppeteer. It came out nice. How should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I want breakfast. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their perspective on poems. As they read timid, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess I could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you compliment the Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Do you mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Brooke did too. Based on all that, I'll gladly give some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate that offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Brooke liked my poem too, you know. She even told me she was impressed by it. Natsu suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just, Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Brooke appreciates my advice more than she appreciated yours. And how do you know she didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would be deliberately going out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, do you know that? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Brooke started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys, Suddenly, both girls turned toward me as if they noticed I was standing there. Brooke, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have never happened in the first place. That's the point of all of your poems, all convoluted, no reason. I mean, the meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Brooke. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. 26 minutes, okay. Well, I already covered a lot of the game. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand, right, Brooke? That right, Brooke? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's gonna be, a decision. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain and attempted to back myself up. I think that's a convey of feelings with few words. It can just be impressive as well, but it lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it didn't it? Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, we talked about this yesterday, right? Writing is a very personal thing, and sharing could definitely be hard. It looks like we all learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Suri is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need me to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Huh? Natsuki's voice gets caught up in surprise. Thanks for noticing. Finally, she murmured. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. What with a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Brooke. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing cut out about everyone just stop staring at me. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. I was just trying to help. I'm sure you appreciate it so much. I pat Yuri on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, I'm gonna change your mama. Oh. Everyone's read each other's poems, right? And I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Brooke. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we've got a little used to. my joining of the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. Not all. No, not at all. Not at all. There's still time. There's still time before we go home. So we'll relax for a little bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature and writing and related things in the club room. So maybe you could take a chance to pick a book to do some writing after all this club is cool. That's the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course, I guess. Well, that's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay guys, just to say I'm done reading, you guys can read it for yourself. Because I'm faster at reading in my head anyway. Sorry, I was listening to an epic song. slapped her with a cookie. Oh, it's not Suki. We love Penelope. Temelicus? Lovely name. Bro. I don't like Natsuki. I like Yuri and Monica. Yeah, I don't like Natsuki. I like Yuri and Monica. I don't like Yuri and Monica. I love Yuri and Monica. Why? I don't know, I need to get to know more about them. I like how Yuri's quiet, but I also like how Monica looks. So I ultimately like Monica. Who's Ryan's favorite? I don't know who's Ryan's favorite character is. Or Miss New York. Oh. I feel like his is like Yuri. Okay, I'm gonna end the video here because I'm tired. Oh.